The center is a bit off. It's not perfectly centered. I want to make it centered. Look at how the coordinates are slightly moving. So it's not centered. I want it to be centered. If I adjust it like this, the shape will move with me. Now, to fix this, I can right-click on these arrows to center it. So that's not a problem. X, Y, and Z are 0. The shape is perfectly centered. I can move it. I can view it from different angles. To stack, use AutoGrade. See AutoGrade option. To create a box, select box. To create a sphere, select sphere. To stack, turn on AutoGrade. To place a box above the cone, check this option. Now place it above. So I want to be able to look at it from different angles. Basically, if I place another box next to it or above it, the box is placed on the ground. I don't want it like that when I want to stack something on top of another. Use AutoGrade here. This AutoGrade. To create a box, select box. To create a sphere, select sphere. To stack, turn on AutoGrade. To place a box above the cone, check this option. Place it on the cone. To move it, use the Move tool. Set X and Y to 0. Leave Z unchanged. Setting Z to 0 places it on the ground. Check to avoid mistakes. It's inside, but I want it up above. Changing coordinates affects shape. Now, change its size. The cone isn't next to it. Placing it on top, I'm moving it up. Now, how do I move it away? Go to the Move tool. Set X and Y to 0. Don't change Z. Setting Z to 0 puts it on the ground. It's inside. I want it above. Changing coordinates affects shape. Now, change size. Adjust width with Modify tool. Now, I've covered it. From above, box covers cone. Good. From below, see it. But don't mess with the Z. If you set Z to 0, it will end up on the ground. Let's take a look. I even want to do this to avoid the mistake I might make. There, it's inside, but I don't want that. I want it to be above. So, changing the coordinates will affect the overall shape. All right, I want to change its size. I'm going to resize it using the Modify tool, covering most of it. From above, you'll see the box over the cone. That's good. From below, you'll see it like this. You'll see the box and the cone covering it. From this perspective, it looks like this. From above, if you were in a plane, you'd see it like this. Walking under, you'd see it like this. The top and bottom views differ, but from the sides, it looks the same because it's rectangular. It won't matter much from the front or back. This is the back and this is the front. It will matter if you start coloring and adding details. I want to make the back different, so let's draw another box on it with AutoGrade on. I'll draw it from the back, right above it. You'll see the box and the cone covering it. From this angle, it appears like this. From above, as if in a plane, you'd see it like this. Walking below, you'd see it like this. The top and bottom views differ, but the right and left views are similar due to its rectangular shape and the round world. Front and back views don't differ much. This is the back and this is the front. Coloring and adding details will make a difference. I want to change the back, so I'll draw another box on it with AutoGrade on. I'll draw it from the back, above, and size it up. Now I have a black or white box different from the red one. Looking at this white box from the back, I can see it because it's in the back. Moving left and right doesn't really matter. If you're looking from the front or the back, it won't make much difference. This is the back and this is the front. It will matter when you start coloring and adding details, stacking things on top of each other. I want to make the back different. So let's draw another box on it while the AutoGrade is on. I'll draw it from the back, right above it. So I have this box here, and it's black or white. Different from the one behind it, which is red. Now I have a white box. When I look at this white box from the back, I can see it because it's in the back. But if I go to the front, I won't see it. How can I see it? I won't see anything. It's right in the middle of the shape. But if I go to the front, perhaps I won't see it. How can I actually see it? Maybe I won't see anything. Indeed, it's right in the middle of the shape. All right, so I can see it from the back. But I can't see it from the front. Why can't I see it from the front? Because it's drawn in the back. It's drawn in the back, so where do I feel the shape? It's drawn in the back, not in the front, so it looks like this to me. So it's very important that you realize you need to be aware of the dimensions and consider perspective in all these matters. So that's the introduction to how I approach shapes. All right, let's start doing something different and more advanced than what we covered yesterday. I mean, something quick. Let's create a box and turn it into a car, like the vegetable carts. We see. It's a simple thing, and we'll see what we can do. We want to make a box with 2 wheels and have the wheels spin while the box moves. This is important. This is an exercise that we will imprint on the whole world. Let's come together and do this. We want to get rid of this text. Just stop it anywhere. Delete it all. Delete it all. Is everything clear? Start drawing our shape. I want to make a box car. Here you go, Maggie. I say she started boxing. And some people come to you and say, Dr. Abdul Rahman, there's something else in the extended version. You have Shinvardox, a curve. It curves the numbers. So this could be how it looks on the car. I work from the top. I come here and say the name of this car and pull it up like this to get its shape. I move the curved part. Let's see the part for a better grip. Another box type in the extended version. Time doesn't allow. We need 50, 60 hours to dive in. So let's go here to the parameters. Where's the medicine? Here it is. I'm working with it. I like working with the medicine, so I come here, say the car's name, and pull it up to get its shape. I move the curved part. I can change it, enlarge it from the lens. Now let's see the part I'm working on for a better grip. These are the box parameters I set. A chamfer box with rounded edges. Another type is available in the extended version. Let's examine the area I'm working from. These are the parameters of the chamfer box I set. This type of box is available in the extended version, but I use the standard. Trying out many tools is good, but time is limited. Now, let's go to our box parameters. You have the length, which adjusts. You can make it smaller or larger, and the width too. If you want the box like this and the height, it's a box, so I can make it bigger. If I increase the height, let's see our lines in wireframe. It was 0, it was 1, so there's nothing to shape from above. I can remove the cover. In modeling here, I just need to remove the cover. Unlike my chair from yesterday where I used bevel and extrude, we have our box. You can see how the size adjusts. Make it smaller or larger, any width you want. To adjust the box height, make it bigger. This is good but not shapeable. Increasing the height, check lines in wireframe to see settings. It was 0, then 1, nothing to shape above. Remove the cover, minimal shaping needed. Just remove the cover. Unlike yesterday's chair with bevel and extrude, just remove the cover. Increase here to add a middle line. Remove twice for engraving, like on a car. No harm in adding 4 repeatedly. So I can increase it. I can remove the cover without much shaping. I just need to remove the cover, unlike my chair yesterday with bevel and extrude. If I increase it from here, I can put a line in the middle. Remove it. Twice for an engraving, like on a car. I can make a hole to create openings and remove top squares to expose it. It looks normal, but I made divisions to adjust. Let's see the overall shape. This is your box for modeling. I really need to get to work. I need to remove the cover, so I don't really need to add anything from here. Just put a line in the middle. You have to remove it twice if you want to make engravings here, like on the car or something. So there's no harm in adding 4 and 4 and 4. All right, just like that. So here I can make a hole if I want to create openings and remove all those squares on top to make it exposed. It looks normal, but I've made divisions in it that I can work with and adjust nicely. Let's go back and see the overall shape. This is your box, and I want to work with it in modeling. I really need to get to work. Now there's something up here. Pay attention to how I'm going to work with the zoom. I'm going to work on something with the modifier. Of course, the first thing is to create the shape. There's something up here. Pay attention to how I'm going to work with the zoom. I'm going to work on something with the modifier. Of course, the first thing is to create the shape.